Welcome to Game 4 of Game 3, excuse me, of the '86 World Series between the Houston Astros and the Boston Red Sox. Houston leads this series. Boston leads the series 2-0, 2-0, and we are at Fenway Park for the first game of 3 possible games at Fenway. And in this one, it's going to be the left-hander Bob Knepper for Houston going against Oil Can Boyd, the right-hander for Boston. Let's go through the starting lineups for the Astros. It's Doran, Hatcher, Walling at third, Davis, Bass, Cruz in left, Andy Ashby is catching, Reynolds at short, and then the DH is going to be Phil Garner. For the Red Sox, it'll be Boggs leading off, Barrett at second, Bugner at first, Rice in left, Baylor gets an opportunity to play. He had, I think, one pitch hit opportunity in the National League part, but he's going to DH here. Evans, Gedman, Henderson is playing center field, and Spike Owen at shortstop. Again, Oil Can Boyd, 214 innings pitched, 16-10 was his record in 1986, 3.78 ERA, 129 strikeouts, and only 45 walks in 214 innings. So probably not going to blow a lot of people away, but had an excellent year at 16-10 for the Red Sox. Bob Knepper for the opposing team, 258 innings pitched, 17-12 was his record. He's left-handed. 143 Ks in 258 innings, 3.14 ERA, and only 62 walks. So in 258 innings. So I'd expect to see some contact here, and both pitchers could get into some trouble. Let's see, and see how this one goes. I got my charts up here, got the scorecard. Here's our benches, and we got our players here. So I think we're ready to rock and roll. Oil Can Boyd is warmed up. He's got the ball, and he's ready for the first pitch to Bill Doran. And that's going to be a 9-15. 9-15 is a hit, and for Doran, that's going to be a single as he starts everything off with a base knock. Let's see where that goes. That goes to 4-7, which is a no-go zone. 1-259, he's taken off, and he's not going to do that. He's a 1-600 to steal. We'll keep that in our back pocket right now as Billy Hatcher stands in. Center fielder, 258, 6 homers, 36 RBIs, and 419 at-bats in 1986. 649 is going to be in the strikeout range, and that will be a strikeout looking. So out number 1 comes via the strikeout. Brings up Denny Walling. Let's go into a hit and run with Bill Doran. Just get things going. Houston is just looking for anything to generate some offense. So the runner is going to be taken off on this one. 920 is going to be a hit. That'll be an 854. 854 is going to be a double. So runner going is going to score. So that pays off. Good piece of managing by me. All right, so RBI double for Denny Walling as he brings home Bill Doran for the score. And the Astros take a 1-0 lead. Glenn Davis with the man in scoring position. That's an 800. 800 is going to be a hit. 144 is going to be another single. Let's see where that one goes. That goes to 4-3. 4-3 is going to be no advantage to the lead runner. The lead runner is Denny Walling. Walling has a 1-240. So no addition or subtraction there. Let's go ahead and with one out, we'll keep him at third, and that'll be runners at first and second. Let's see if Davis takes off. He does not. He's only a 1-17 to take off for second. So we got Kevin Bass, the right fielder. Opportunity to break this one wide open. A 303 that's going to be an out, and that will be a grounder to 6-5. A grounder to 6-5 is a grounder to second base. This is only play is to first. So Barrett comes in hard on that one. Makes the play over to Buckner at first, but that's going to allow the run to score on the fielder's choice. And the runner will move up to second. That's going to be an RBI for Kevin Bass as he hits it very weakly just past the pitcher's mound up the middle. And coming in to make the play is Barrett. His only play was to first. So we got a runner at second base in scoring position again for Jose Cruz. 5-12 is going to be in the out range. That will be a grounder to 5-4. That's going to be another grounder. Hit weakly to second base. Barrett comes in again. Makes a nice play on the ball. And gets the third out. But not before Houston puts up 2. And they take a 2-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Oil Can Boyd got bled to death a little bit there. Gave up the big double to Denny Walling, which sort of set everything up. Okay, so the Red Sox are facing off against Bob Knepper, the lefty. He had a great game. His last game, pitched a complete game shutout, I believe, to close out the last series. So 378 is going to be an out. That is a grounder to 8-6. Grounder to second base. Dorn is there, and he makes a play over to Davis for out number 1. Wade Boggs goes down, continues his struggles in this series, and that brings up Marty Barrett. Barrett's had a so-so series. 491 is going to be another out. That'll be a grounder to 710. That's a grounder to short as Barrett pulls the ball, and the shortstop is Craig Reynolds, and he has no problem with it. And that's going to be out number 2. 2 ground outs, 2 up, 2 down for Bob Knepper in the first. Bill Buckner, the lefty first baseman for the Red Sox. The pitch to him, and that's going to be another ground ball. This one goes to second base again. Nope, to shortstop. And 2 in a row. 2 plays in a row made by the shortstop, and that's good. 1, 2, 3 goes Boston in the first. Houston will send up the bottom of the order, Ashby, Reynolds, and Garner in this top of the second inning. Andy Ashby, 257, 7 home runs in 1986. He's facing off against Oil Can Boyd. This is going to be a grounder to 1-9, and that's going to be a range check on the third baseman. So let's just roll for that. Oh, 778. I don't know. I don't think Boggs is able to deal with that. He's a 1 to 270, so he does not get to that as Andy Ashby goes the opposite field, scorches one down the third baseline, and that's going to be good for a single. As Ashby gets on base, 1 to 8, he's taking off, and he's staying. He's a 1 to 140 to steal, so he's a quintessential catcher. Going to bring up Reynolds. Let's go ahead and bunt with Reynolds. Now that we got the lead here, we're going to play a little small ball, see if we can tack on some runs here. Let me get my bunting chart out. Okay. We got our bunting plays here. We're using the sack bunts. 897, that doesn't sound good. Unsuccessful, first baseman forces out the lead runner. So not a good bunt as he gets thrown out on the 1, we'll call it 3, we'll call it a 3-6 put out. Second baseman's probably covering first. Okay, so we'll call it a 3-6 put out on the bunt play. So that bunt is unsuccessful. And now Phil Garner is up there. We do have Reynolds at first. Let's see if he takes off running. He's a 1 to 44 with a green light. He's not going anywhere. Phil Garner up to the plate. Garner, 265, 9 home runs in 300 at-bats. So we're playing part-time at third base. 949, this is going to be something good. This is a hit. And 717 is going to be a double. And that is laced by Phil Garner. That's going to drive the runner to third. Let's see if there's an opportunity for that runner to score a 7-4. That's into a no-go zone. So he doubles to center field, and the runner from third cannot advance. So we're going to have runners at second and third with should be one out here. And it brings us back to the top of the order. Bill Doran, let's see if he can capitalize in this situation. 322. That'll be some sort of out. 788 is a ground ball to 5-4. That's a grounder right up the middle, just past the pitcher's mound. Play is made at first. The only play is to first. So Barrett sort of getting caught in no man's land a lot. That's going to be an RBI on the fielder's choice. So first RBI of the game for Bill Doran. That's the second ground out RBI that Houston has had, and they take a 3-0 lead on the Red Sox. And again, just sort of bleeding oil can Boyd here. The runner on second is going to go to third on the fielder's choice as well. So we got a runner at third with 2 outs, and Billy Hatcher stands in. Hatcher 0 for 1. He struck out in his first at bat. 801 is going to be good for a hit, and 204 is going to be good for a base knock. That's going to be a 2-out RBI single from Billy Hatcher as he drives in Phil Garner from third. So the Astros take a 2-0 lead, and can't say that Boyd is pitching terribly necessarily, but just they're hitting them where they ain't. Right? 524 is going to be a ground ball. That goes to 8-1. So that's a grounder to first base, and the first baseman, Buckner, will take it to the bag himself for out number 3. But 2 more coming in the Houston second, and it's now 4-0. We keep this pace up. It's going to be 18-0. We'll see if that happens or not. All right, Bob Nepper stands in against Jim Rice, Don Baylor, and Darrell Evans. 758 is going to be a hit, and this will be a single for Jim Rice. Let's see where the ball goes. 459, 4-5. That's going to be that's in a minus 200 zone. He's already at 1 to 210, so not going to do anything there. Does he take off running? He's a 1 to 3 to take off running. Jim Rice, station to station. We've got Don Baylor up. We're going to do a little hit and run with them. Just try to get something generated. They saw Houston do it. Why not? 446. That'll be an out. 511. So this will be a grounder. So the runner's going to advance to second base. 5-9 is it would have been a double play, but instead it's going to be a throw to first. 994. Let's see if that's going to be an maybe I don't know. Let's check out our shortstop here. Shortstop is Craig Reynolds. He's a 979, so that's going to be an error. So instead of the force out at second base, we wind up with an E6. So an error on the play on the shortstop, Reynolds, and that's going to put runners at first and second base with nobody out. Baylor standing at first, Jim Rice at second, and a 778 is going to be good for another hit. This is a 628. That's going to be a double. Big double from Dewey Evans. And that's going to push that runner to third. That's going to score this run. And it's now 4-1. And let's see about this runner at third base. It's Don Baylor. He doesn't have the wheels he had before. 6'3" is going to be a minus 200 if we want to advance him. He's already at 1 to 270, so I'm not going to send him home. As Evans doubles down the right field line and brings home Jim Rice. Let's give him the RBI on that. Score is now 4-1, Houston over Boston. And Evans standing at second, Baylor standing at third with Rich Gedman to the plate. Still nobody out in the inning. 241. And a 485 is going to be a grounder to 6-3. That's a ground ball to second base. And another, 995. That could be another error. Let's see what we got. Bill Doran. Doran is a 974, so that's going to be another error as he can't handle the grounder to second base, and this is going to be an E4. So grounders all around the infield, and that's going to actually score the runner from third. And the wheels falling off a little bit for Houston here, as there's no RBI on the play. But 2 runs in now. 2 runs in for Boston. 4-2 is our score. Rich Gedman standing at first base. Is he going to take off? He's a 1-6. Not very likely. And we got Dave Henderson standing at the plate now. Big Dave, 276, 14 home runs in 337 at-bats, 103 games. He played mostly for the Mariners, but did get some playing time with Boston. 061 is going to be an out of some sort. 340 is just into his ground ball range, and that's going to be a 10-4. 10-4 is going to be a range check on the second baseman. It's possible this will get through for a base hit, and it is going to get through for a base hit. I know for a fact that his range is not in the 800s. So Henderson, with a seeing eye single, is going to drive in the run from third, and that will be a knock. Let's see if it's an opportunity to keep going. 2-1. 2-1 is an automatic go. So we got to send that runner to third. That's going to be Henderson. Henderson's a 1-4-10, so thankfully he's got a little bit of speed. And he's going to make it in. He goes first to third on the play. And runners at the corners now with still nobody out and 3 runs in, and just a rough go of it for Bob Nepper. I'm sorry, that was Rich Gedman making it in. He still made it in. Henderson is a 1-30 to steal. He's not stealing. So Gedman at third, Henderson at first. First and third with nobody out. Bob Nepper hoping for somebody to make a play. He just keeps giving his defense opportunities, and they keep failing him. This is another ground ball. This is going to go to 9-4, and that's going to be just into the second baseman's fielder's choice range. So we're going to go 4-3 on that. Only play us to first. That's going to score another run. That'll tie the ball game. So a 4-run second for Boston, and give the RBI to Spike Owen, and that'll be out number 1 with a runner in scoring position still. So 1 away, runner at second base, Wade Boggs at the plate, 782, and another hit for Boston. 361 will be a single for Wade Boggs, and that'll push the runner to third. Let's see where that single goes. A 5-6. 5-6 is into a no-go zone, so he's not going to go home. That's just a single. Let's see if Boggs steals. 0-28. His green light is a 12, so he doesn't have to steal. And we're sticking with Nepper here. He's given up the lead, but we're only in the second inning. Not prepared to take him out yet. 0-21 will be an out. And a 467 is a grounder. Chance for a double play maybe. 8-5 it is. So this is a ground ball to second base. Does he make the catch? He does. So we're going to go 4-6 on the out here. That's out number 2, and then we'll roll against Marty Barrett's speed. It's a 1 to 500, 50-50 chance he beats it out. And he does not beat it out, so that's going to be a 4-6-3 double play. Nepper desperately needed that to get them out of the inning, and it's tied up at 4 now as Boston comes back with a nice big crooked number in the bottom of the second inning. Go to the top of the third. It'll be Houston bringing up Davis, Bass, and Cruz against Oil Can Boyd, who has new life. He has new life in this one. Neither pitcher pitching exceptionally well. And here's another hit for Davis. 577 is going to be a double. So Davis with a 2-bagger to go with his single back in the first. Brings up Kevin Bass, nobody out and a runner at second base. 770 is another hit. 745 will be another double. So back-to-back doubles for Davis and Bass, and that will give Houston the lead at 5-4. And I think at that point we gotta get Oil Can Boyd out of this thing. Not a good start for him. 5 runs in 2 innings. And let's see. Surely there's a starter that we could bring in that's decent enough. I want to say Woodward is like the guy they would use in this situation. Can we bring in Tom Seaver off the bench? Let's do that. I don't think Seaver's going to get a start in this one, but he is available. So let's go ahead and get Tom Seaver in the game. Tom Terrific. And he is a righty. 2 innings for Oil Can Boyd. He's given up 2, 4, 5 runs. And all earned. So all of his runs have been earned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's basically been a pitching machine out there that they've been hitting bat and practice off of. No walks and only 1 strikeout. So a very poor start, a clunker of a start for Oil Can Boyd. All right, so we got Tom Seaver in the game. Let's see if Seaver can calm things down a little bit. His veteran presence. Let's see what happens. He's going against Jose Cruz. Got a runner at second base, nobody out. This is going to be an out. And Kevin Bass, not Kevin Bass, Jose Cruz. So a 266 is going to be a fly ball. This goes to 9-8. This is going to go to left field. And that's going to be an out for out number 1. That goes into a plus 200 square if we want to send Bass along. That would make him a 1 to 720. Let's go ahead and do that. Try to get him to third with 1 out. So 1 to 7, what did I say? 1 to 720. And he's going to advance to third base. Oh, and they gun him down, trying to advance to third. Don't mind that. That doesn't break the cardinal rule. So we're going to go 7-5 on the put out as he tries to advance. He had a 70-something% chance of making it and didn't get in. So he is gunned down for out number 2. So 2 down in the inning, nobody on now. And that was a big play. Alan Ashby, I'm sorry. I don't know if I call him Andy all the time, but 821 is going to be a base hit. A 636 is going to be a single for Ashby. He's got 2 hits on the day. Let's see. 7-6 is going to be a minus 200 zone, so that's not going to work. And does he steal? 1 to 8. No steal. Craig Reynolds stands in. Reynolds with the failed sacrifice bunt the last time. And this is going to be a fly ball to deep left field. And that's going to be caught in left field for the third out by Jim Rice. So Jim Rice takes us to the bottom of the third. I'm sorry, that was 1 run. So they get 1 run. 5-4 is now the lead for the Astros. They've scored in every inning so far. And we go to the bottom of the third. It'll be Bill Buckner, Jim Rice, and Don Baylor. 704. 704 is a walk. So Nepper with his own struggles. Buckner's a 1-47 to steal. He doesn't go anywhere. Jim Rice to the plate. Rice looking to break out a little bit. He had a single and scored a run so far in this game. 408 is the roll. 974 is going to be a liner, and that goes to left field. Left fielder makes the catch for out number 1. That's Cruz out there in left. Jim Rice is a 1-210 to go. Plus 200 makes him a 1-410. A little bit too much risk there for me with Don Baylor coming up. Let's let Baylor hit. And 788. 788 will be a hit. A 632 is going to be a double. And we were good to let Don Baylor hit as he laces a double. And where does that double go? Do we need to send the runner? 3-6. 3-6 is a minus 200, so that's a double into the gap, but the center fielder gets there and is going to hold the runner at third base. So we got runners at second and third, and it's going to be Dewey Evans to the plate. He had a big RBI double in his first at bat. Not going to do that here. That's going to be a fly ball to 2-9. That's going to be a no-go zone. So the left fielder makes the play out in short left field. Cruz is there to make the out and runner not going from third. So 2 on the pond and Rich Gedman to the plate. Gedman got on via an error last time. A 939. That's going to be a base hit as Gedman with the single and the 2-out RBI single brings home 2. So Gedman, a big-time play. That's going to be 2 in on the single, and the Red Sox take the lead 6-5 here in the third. Henderson, he is 1 for 1. He had a single last time up. It's going to be a liner that goes to right field, and the right fielder Bass is there. So sprinkled in a few liners there, Nepper did, but he gave up 2 and gave up the lead. It's now 5-4. Sorry, 6-5. Boston over Houston. This game is looking for somebody to put up a 0, and it's just not happening. Not going to happen here either. 980. Ooh, just inside of his home run range. 980 is going to be a wild pitch, so nothing happening there. 538 will be a strikeout from Tom Terrific, and that's going to be a strikeout looking. So maybe hit that ball foul. And then comes back with a strikeout. Bill Doran. Doran is 1 for 2. He's got a single, run scored. He's got an RBI. He's doing it all in this game. This is going to be an out. Grounder to 1-6 is a ground ball to third base. Boggs, no problem with it as he gets it over to first, and Buckner squeezes it for the out. Out number 2. Billy Hatcher to the plate, 1 for 2. He had a single, an RBI single his last at bat. Seaver settling things down in this inning. This is going to be a fly ball that goes to right field, and the right fielder is Dewey Evans. He's there. So fly out to right ends the inning. 1-2-3. Go the Astros for the first time. They put a 0 up there, and first inning they don't score. Score is still 6-5, Boston over Houston, and it will be the bottom of the order, Spike Owen, and then back to the top for Boston in this fourth inning. 7:39 will be a walk to the ninth place hitter. Spike Owen on first, 1-97. He goes, not going anywhere. He's a 620. Could steal with them. Don't really want to do that. Instead, we're going to do a hit and run with Wade Boggs. A 612 is going to be a strikeout, and that will be a strikeout swinging. And we got to get our hit and run chart over here. That'll be out number one. We have something listed for strikeouts. So on our hit and run chart here, we have a strikeout. So on a strikeout, you subtract 100 from the base runner's success value, and then you roll for the stolen base. So this is like a strike 'em out, throw 'em out sort of situation. And so on first base is Spike Owen. He's a 1-620. So we subtract 100 because it's not a straight steal, so he's going to lose a little bit on the steal attempt. It's not really a steal attempt, so that's why. So 1-520 is in there, and he is out on the strike him out, throw him out. So Boston tries to get a little something going on offense, and that totally backfires as that results in a double play. Boggs still struggling. He's got a hit in this game, but boy, he's been struggling in this series, which sometimes happens to your star players in the big series. Marty Barrett stands in. He's 0-2, grounded into a double play his last at bat. 974 is going to be a hit by pitch as he gets plunked and goes down to first. So it'll be a runner on. 0-92. He's a 1-89 to steal, so he's not going anywhere. Although he's a 1-500, so could. 807. That's going to be another hit for this time. The first one for Bill Buckner. 985 is going to be Bombzola as Bill Buckner gets hold of one with 2 outs off of Bob Nepper, and the Astros have seen enough. They're going to bring him out of the game as he gives up another 2 runs. Excuse me. And Billy Buckner goes yard. That makes the score 8-5. And we're going to have to bring in a new pitcher here for the Astros. Oh, not a well-pitched game at all, for as well as the last one was pitched. How about Jim Deshaies? I don't think Deshaies, he's sort of like Tom Seaver, where he's pitched, but he's probably not going to get a lot of opportunities here in the postseason. He is a lefty as well, so only 3 2/3 for Nepper. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 hits, 8 runs. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And one of those. So I think all 4 of these runs were unearned, so really only 4 earned runs. He did have a couple of walks and only 1 strikeout, so pretty poor start for both starting pitchers, as we're going to be deep into the bullpen in this one. All right, we got Jim Rice coming up, 2 down, nobody on, and he's facing Jim Deshaies. Deshaies comes in with the first pitch, and that's going to be a fly ball to Jim Rice. It's a fly to center field. Hatcher's there to make the out. And 2 more come in for Boston in the 4th inning. Makes our score 8-5. And we got a real barn burner here. And it's Tom Seaver still out there. He's calmed things down just a little bit. And 533 will be a strikeout to Denny Walling. It'll be Walling, Davis, and Bass. It's going to be a strikeout looking. So Seaver gets his second K of his appearance. One down. Glenn Davis up. Davis 2 for 2. Single, double, run scored. And he's going to make an out here. That is a liner to center field. Right in his tracks is Henderson. Barely has to move. And he makes the out. The catch for the out. And that's 2 down in the inning. It'll bring up Bass. Bass, 887. 887 is going to be a base knock for Kevin Bass. 954 is going to be more than a knock. He gets a hold of one, and he parks it over the monster in left. And this is going to be a solo home run for Kevin Bass. Bass now 2 for 3, having a nice game with 2 RBIs. And that cuts the lead to 8-6. Jose Cruz, the left fielder. He will ground out to 5-9. That's a grounder to shortstop. And the shortstop is Spike Owen. He grabs it, throws it over to first calmly, and gets Cruz by a couple of steps. But Houston does tack on one more. It's going to be 8-6 now as we head into the bottom of the 5th inning. Both teams getting healthy at the plate in this one. Jim Deshaies on to face Don Baylor, Dwight Evans, and Rich Gedman. 506 is going to be a strikeout for Deshaies. That'll be a strikeout looking. And that's out number 1. Dewey Evans, 1 for 2. He had an RBI double back in the second, the 4-run second. 780 will be a hit. So let's see what he's got here. 484, that's a knock. And he'll be at first. Let's see if he has to go advance to second. 8-2 is a no-go zone. Let's see if he steals. No steal. And Dwight Evans is at first with Rich Gedman at the plate. Gedman a 2 RBI single in his last at bat. 555. What does that do? Okay, so that's a rare play, and that's going to be on the strikeouts. So let's see what we got here. So a 3 of a kind triggers a rare play on an out, a strikeout, and a home run. So we have rare plays for those. So we want to go to the strikeouts. We have our strikeouts here. And there's one more. There's a couple more there. So there's possibilities for wild pitches and things like that, or players to get ejected, whatever. So this is on a strikeout, and this is an 8-0-3. 8-0-3 is here. Wild pitch on strike 3. The batter's safe at first. All the runners move up 1 base. If the lead runner's success is greater than 700, then he advances 2 bases. All right, so we got a wild pitch from Jim Deshaies. So sort of figure this out. We got a wild pitch, so it's strike 3. So we're going to say a strikeout here. The batter will be safe at first. Runners move up 1 base on the wild pitch. If the lead runner's success is 700, greater than 700, then he is going to advance 2 bases. Dewey Evans, definitely not. He's a 290 on his success. So he's going to move up on the wild pitch. They can't get the runner down to first base, so that's going to be considered a strikeout, but not an out, because they couldn't complete the out. So we have runners 2 on now. 2 runners on, first and second, with 1 out, and Dave Henderson to the plate. So rare plays. A little spice to the game, right? A little spice to the game, a little color to the baseball game, and we like that. So rare plays are triggered on an out, a strikeout, or a home run if it's a 3 of a kind. So 444 555, those are the opportunities for Jim DeShays. And then there's several opportunities on the out as well. So Dave Henderson here, it's a 050, will be an out. That's going to be a fly ball to 1-1. A fly ball to 1-1 is to right field. That's in a go zone. So this is going to be a fly out to right. Play is made out there. We got to send Evans, and he's just got to go on the strength of his own speed, which is not very much. So he's going to try to advance for some reason to third base. 1 to 290, he's safe, and he's going to be out trying to get to third. Bonehead play, and that's going to be a 9-5, we'll say, on the putout, and run themselves out of an inning. And that's just how the chart works. Third out of the inning, and that's going to be no runs for all that activity. No runs for Boston as Jim DeShays comes in and puts up a 0. Only the second time that Boston has not scored in an inning. Houston comes up in the top of the 6th inning, having scored in every inning except for one. It'll be Alan Ashby against Tom Seaver. 670 is going to be a walk. Never a good idea to walk the leadoff man, even when he's slow and a catcher. 1 to 8 he goes. He does not go. All right. Let's try this again with Craig Reynolds. He's going to try to bunt. See if he can generate a run here. He's not a great hitter. And he's facing a Hall of Fame pitcher. So try to bunt with him. 651. 651 is going to be success. That is a 3-4 put out. So runner goes down on the sacrifice hit. We're going to go 3-4 on the put out, and that'll be out number 1. Runner is second base in scoring position for Phil Garner as the Astros try to generate yet another run. Garner is 1 for 2. He had a double and a run scored back in the second inning. Garner 265 average on the year. 730 is going to be a hit, so maybe this will pay off. 637 is going to be a single. So that's a base knock for Phil Garner. And that pushes the runner to third. Let's see if they're going to score him or if they're going to have that opportunity. 8-2 is going to be a no-go zone. So runners at first and third. Does Phil Garner take off? He's a 1 to 157, and he's going to stay at first base. Red Sox here are going to play the infield in with 1 out. Going to play the infield in with 1 out. Let's get our sheet ready in case we need it. We have our infield in plays somewhere over here. There it is. So we'll just have that ready in case we need it. So if it's a ground ball, we're going to use our infield in chart to figure out what happened. All right, 1 out. Runners on the corners. This is going to be an out. This is going to be a grounder. And that goes to 5-1. 5-1 is to the first baseman. And so let's pull this out. What do we have? We have runners at the corners, and we have 1 out. So this is what we're using here. This is going to the first baseman. 842 is here. Try for a double play, second to first. The runner from third breaks, or the runner on third breaks for home. So if we don't get the double play, then that's going to be a run scored. If we do get the double play, that will end the inning. So let's try for a double play. And we're going to assume the out at second base, so that's an easy one. And Garner goes down. We're going to say 3-6 as the first baseman starts the double play. And we are doing this against Bill Doran. Bill Doran is a pretty good success rating there, 1 to 600. Anything 601 to 1,000, he's out. And that rolled all the way to Timbuktu. And he is going to beat that out and get the RBI on the 3-6 fielder's choice as he comes in on the fielder's choice. So big play there. That's going to make it 2, 4, 6, 7, 8-7 now is the score. As Bill Doran beats out the double play opportunity with the infield in, so that's pretty good. And brings up Billy Hatcher. Single in 3 trips. He's going to, Seaver's going to get him this time on the fly ball. That's a 1-8, and that's going to be a fly ball to left field. The left fielder is Jim Rice, who comes in and makes the running catch in left for the 3rd out. This should be the 2nd out. All right. But Houston scores again. They just can't keep from scoring. Every inning, they get out there and score something. So this one tightening up. 8-2, 4, 7. 8-7. Here's our score. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's going to be Spike Owen, and then back to the top with Boggs and Barrett. 660. What is that? 660 is a walk. Yeah, that's Spike Owen's 2nd walk of the day. 1-97 he's going, so he's not going. Again, pretty good speed. Let's go ahead and try to steal with him this time. He's a 1-620 to steal second base, and he's going to be in there with the stolen base ahead of Wade Boggs. So runner at second base with Wade Boggs at the plate. Boggs is 1 for 3. He had a single, and he struck out in his last at bat. An 8-19 is going to be a hit. And let's see what it is. A 552, that's going to be a single. So a couple of knocks on the day for Wade Boggs. That pushes the runner to 3rd. Let's see where the ball goes and if there's any advancement. Excuse me. .413 is a 4-1. And 4-1 is a plus 200. So we're going to try to score that run from 3rd. That's Spike Owen, and still, instead of a 1-620, he's a 1-820. That's a really good opportunity to score. So we're going to go ahead and send him around 3rd, and he's going to score on the Wade Boggs single. Pushes the lead to 9-7 now, as Boggs comes through with a run-scoring single. Marty Barrett, 904, that's going to be a hit as well. And back-to-back singles for Boston. Let's see where that one goes. That goes to 8-10. That's going to be another, that's going to be in a go zone. So we got to send Boggs to 3rd. He's going to try to go 1st to 3rd on this. 1-240, good luck. And he is going to be out as he tried to go to 3rd on that ball to left field. And that was a mistake, as Jose Cruz guns him down for out number 1. Breaking the cardinal rule of baseball, don't make the 1st or 3rd out at 3rd base. So we got a runner at 1st, 1 run in, and we need a new pitcher here. It's just this not going well. Let's get Frank DePino. He did all right the other day. So Jim DeShays, you're out. DePino, you're in. That one I didn't need to capitalize. This one I did. Got a right-hander. So he goes 1. That's going to be 1 out. So 1.2 innings. And gives up 3 hits. Only 1 run. Walk and 2 Ks. So decent enough for Jim DeShays. And we're going to have a new pitcher come in. This is going to be Frank DePino. DePino, 40 innings pitched on the year, 27 strikeouts. He's really just a one-inning kind of guy. He's going to try to help him get through this 6th inning. He'll be facing off against Bill Buckner. Got Marty Barrett at first. Is he going to steal? He's a 1/89 to steal. Not going anywhere. And Billy Buckner with the big 2-run home run in his last at bat. He is 1 for 2. And he's going to do some more damage here. So this is going to be a hit, 953. Let's see what kind of hit. That's going to be a single. Buckner now 2 for 3. That's going to push the runner to second base. And let's see if he is going anywhere. 6-3. He's a -200. Barrett is. That puts him down to a 1-300 to go to third. We're not going to do that with only 1 out. So 1 down, and runners at first and second for Jim Rice. 946. They just keep rolling all the high numbers. And another hit for Boston. That's going to be another single. So 4 singles in a row in this inning for Boston. And sometimes the dice are just going your way. A 9-6 is going to be no advantage. So this is an interesting one. So Barrett rounding third. A 1-500 to score. Let's see if he can score, or if he'll get thrown out. And he's going to be in there. So that's going to be an RBI single for Jim Rice as he drives in Marty Barrett. Runners now at first and second, and that's going to be Don Baylor to the plate. Don Baylor 1 for 3. 545. That's going to be a strikeout, and 359 will be a strikeout looking. So that's out number 2 in the inning. 2 down, 2 on for Dewey Evans. Evans 2 for 3. He has an RBI. He's got a run scored. This is going to be another hit, 942. Evans 783 is going to be a double as he rips his second double of the day. And Evans vying for player of the game as he knocks in his second run. He's going to push the runner to third. Let's see if we have any other plays for him. That would be a 6-3. 6-3 is -200 to Jim Rice. I don't think so. So runners at second and third for Rich Gedman. Single brings in 2. And he is not going to get that single. That was a terrible roll. That's going to be a fly ball to 1-8. And that's a fly ball to left. Left fielder Cruz comes in and makes the play for out number 3. 3 more come in for Boston. And that gives them 4, 6, 8, 11. And it's now 11-7. Let's turn into an American League game. Tom Seaver's still in the game. Sort of bloodletting a little bit, but hasn't given up the big inning yet. He's facing off against Denny Walling. Walling 1 for 3. 394 is going to be a grounder. That goes to 2-6, and that is a grounder to third. 929. Let's check out Boggs on that. I think he's fine, but 953 is his. So he makes the play over at third. Gets it to Bill Buckner at first for out number 1. Brings up Glenn Davis. Davis is 2 for 3. Davis hit 265 with 31 bombs on the year. 920 is going to be yet another hit. That's going to be his 3rd hit of the game. 924 is going to be big trouble as he catches one and sends it over the monster onto Yawkey Way in left with the big bomb for Glenn Davis. And that's going to be What is that? 7, 8. 11-8 now. Why am I picking these guys up? That's not the ones. It's Kevin Bass. Sorry, Dave Henderson. You got to wait your turn. All right, one down and one in. 9:47. It's looking like it's going to be the end of the road for Seaver time here. Bass with a single. That's going to be his third hit of the day. And everybody's averages are getting healthy in this game. So a 6-6 is going to be a no-go zone. Does he steal? He does not steal. He's a 1-153 to steal. Okay, so 11-8 is our score. And we're going to get a new pitcher for Boston. I think Tom is gassed a little bit. And so let's see, who do we have here? We got all these pitchers. How about Sammy Stewart? Why not? He has not pitched yet. And let's see if he can get them here through the middle innings. Stewart, a right-hander. Seaver goes. So 1, 2, 3. So that's one inning. 2, 3, 4, 4 and a third. So admirable job by Tom Seaver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. 3 runs. It's like 1 walk and 2 Ks. So admirable job there by Tom Seaver as he comes in. Pitches 4 and a third, 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts against this potent Astros offense. Jose Cruz stands in against Sammy Stewart. Stewart looking to put out the flame that's going to be an out. A grounder to 8-9 is chance for a double play here. Let's see if he makes the play. That's short. Okay, he's going to make the play. So he starts the double play here. I'm going to go 6-4 on the put out. That is going to be out number 2. And we'll roll against Jose Cruz's speed, which is not good, 1-290. And he is going to be doubled up 6-4-3. And that will end the inning. So good job by Stewart to come in. They do give up 1 on the solo home run to Glenn Davis. Davis now a triple from the cycle. He actually hit for the cycle in the NLCS. Okie doke, Frank DiPino. I think we're going to need to pull him and bring in someone new for the Astros. How about Charlie Kerfeld? Burn Rule is still missing. Don't know where he is. We'll call him out. DiPino goes 2/3 of an inning. 1, 2, 3 hits and 1 run. Is that right? That run should be charged here. Charged to Deshays. He didn't give up any. So this run. Oh, that's not true. He gives up 1 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's all correct. Single drives in this guy. A walk. A single. A walk, a stolen base. He's thrown out trying to advance. So walk, a stolen base, a single, drives in this run. He tries to advance. Can't advance. Single drives him there. He's home on a single, which is this one. He's home on a double, which is this one. So Deshays, let's see, it's going to be 8-10. Deshays does give up 1. Okay. Sorry about that, trying to figure this all out. Too many runs in this game. This is not the one that you want to put online. 1, 2, 3. 3 Ks. But this is how they go sometimes, right? Sometimes they're like 16 to 14 slugfest. It will be Dave Henderson facing off against Charlie Kerfeld. Close the book. On Frank DePino, 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 1 run. He did have 3 strikeouts. No, he only had 1 strikeout. So 2 hits. 1, 2, 3. 3 hits, 1 run. Okay. Dave Henderson. Is standing in, waiting for us to figure this out. Okay, Charlie Kerfeld, Dave Henderson meet in this one. That's going to be an out. That goes to, well, it's a ground ball. Come on. That's a grounder to 9-1. That's going to be a range check. Man, it just can't be any easy innings in this one, can there? 660 to Glenn Davis. His range is a 905, so he makes the play, or he gets there, and then he makes the play to first. He's going to flip to the pitcher covering, and that'll be out number 1. So this game is wearing me out. I'll take a nap after this. All right, Spike Owen. Owen is 0 for 1. He's got 2 walks and a run scored. He's not going to walk this time, and that's going to be a grounder. 2, 4, 4. Grounder to 4-4 is to the pitcher, and the pitcher makes the play over to first. Don't see that too often in this game. And brings up Wade Boggs. Boggs 2 for 4. He's got a couple of singles and an RBI. That's going to be another base hit, and that will be another single. So 3 singles for Boggs as he is getting healthy in this one. And let's see if he's going to take off for second. 8-7. That's going to be a no-go for me, and he is not running. So Marty Barrett stands in. Barrett is 1 for 3. 569. That's going to be a strikeout from Kerfeld, and he gets Marty Barrett swinging for out number 3. So Boston Strands won, but they don't score for the first time in a little bit. Good job, Charlie Kerfeld. Sammy Stewart trying to come in and put up a 0 on the Astros in the 8th. It's 11-8. 11-8 is our score. And this one has been entertaining from the start if you like offense. In a game whose premise is pitching and defense, this is a little bit of a slugfest slogger. This is going to be a grounder to 110 and another range check. And this one is going to get through. I already know that Boggs can't handle that. That's going to be a double down the line for Ashby as he goes to the opposite field. I think that's the second range check that he has poked through on the left side. So a 2-bagger for Alan Ashby. He stands at second base with Craig Reynolds to the plate. Reynolds keeps being called to sacrifice hit. Not going to do that here. So he gets a chance to swing away. And he is going to ground out to 5-2. 5-2 is a little dribbler to first. And the play is made at first by Buckner. So he's going to flip to the pitcher covering, and that'll be out number 1. Runner goes to third on the fielder's choice. So good job by Reynolds as he pulls it weakly, gets out ahead of it, pulls it weakly down the first base line, but he does get to the right side. So RBI opportunity for Phil Garner here. 752 is going to be a hit. And a single does it. As Garner comes through, score is now 11-9 as he brings in the run from third. And that will be third hit of the day for Phil Garner. So good job me starting him at the DH spot. Garner at first base. Let's see if he steals. He's 1-157 to take off. Not going anywhere. Bill Doran up to the plate. A 999. All right, so this is not only a home run, this is a rare play. So let's see what happens on this rare home run. We can pull our rare plays chart up. All right, so we got our rare plays and we have our rare play home runs. So you can see here we have several rare play home runs. And what kind of freakish play happened with Bill Doran as he ties the game with this home run? A 0, 1, 2, a 12. Okay, so it's hit high and deep to left field. It goes over the foul pole. Is it a home run? The umpires confer, and they agree. It's a home run. So Phil Garner had to wait for a second. I mean, not Phil Garner, but Bill Doran had to wait for a second as he goes opposite field, pops it up over the green monster, and out of the ballpark for a home run. Two-run shot brings home Phil Garner. And with 3 in the 8th inning, Houston ties it at 11. We're tied at 11 in the World Series. All right. It's a brand new game. It's just like 0-0, Brian, except it's 11-11. Billy Hatcher to the plate. Here is, he's 1 for 4 with an RBI single. A 986, and this is going to be back-to-back jacks, if you can believe it, as Billy Hatcher goes dead central and hits it 438 feet into the Boston night, and the mothers are crying in Boston right now. Sammy Stewart, not much relief. This is going to be an out. That's going to go a fly ball to 4-4, and that will be a fly ball to center field. Henderson is there, and he's there to make out number 2. Remember, all this is happening with only 1 out. So 2 down in the inning. 4 runs in for Boston as they take the 12-11 lead in the top of the 8th inning. Glenn Davis is up. He's hit the world almost. He's 3 for 4. He's got a 906. He has a chance for the cycle here. 776 to 794 is his triple number. Let's see what he hits. And he hits a single. A little disappointing there, Glenn. Little disappointing there. And that's going to be to 4-1. Let's see. That'll be a plus 200 if he wants to advance. His speed is only 370. With the lead, there's no real need to do that. If they were tied and they really needed him to be in position, they could. But not going to do that. All right, Kevin Bass. Bass with a solo home run in this game. He's 3 for 4. 653. 653 is going to be a walk. And that's just, can we find somebody to get some outs in this game? That's what I want to know. Can we find somebody just to get an out? It's like none of the pitchers wants to actually get an out in this game. Should we bring Roger Clemens back on short rest? How about Calvin Schiraldi? He can get some outs. Okay. Calvin Schiraldi. All right, this man Stewart goes 1 inning. 1.1. Sorry, I think this out. He was accounted for. He goes 1 inning. Sorry, I'm distracted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, 0 strikeouts. This game has taken way too much out of me. All right, game 3. Houston trying to come back in this one. They're up 12-11. There are runners at first and second with 2 out, and Jose Cruz to the plate. He's facing off against Calvin Schiraldi. It's just a comedy of 900s, man. 939. I can't believe it. Jose Cruz loads up and drives one into the night. And, the fans can't believe it either. They paid to see 2 number 2 starters go at it, and instead they're getting the bottom of the barrel. 6 runs in the inning. It's now 14-11. It's Jose Cruz cranks one off of Calvin Schiraldi. Very upsetting. 2 of those runs should go, so he gives up 6. Only one of those goes to Schiraldi. Okay, we got I can't take that roll. I can't take another 900. So 0-44. This is going to be an out, and this is a fly ball. Please, mercifully, make the catch. A 9-6 is going to be to center field. Dave Henderson, thank you. And that's going to be out number 3. All right, I'm not a Boston lover, but boy, I just can't take that. So 7 runs come in. 6 of those runs were charged to Stewart. And we had to, this game is demoralizing me. I feel really bad about so much scoring. I'm sorry, everybody, because I feel like the game has failed whenever this happens. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 15-11. I do know that these games happen, but man, I do not wish for them to happen. Charlie Kerfield now in the catbird seat as he's been given a 4-run lead. And let's see if he can finish it out. Bill Buckner, 6-12 is going to be a strikeout. And that's going to be a strikeout looking. Almost a rare play there. Actually, it wouldn't have been a rare play because it had to happen on the previous roll. Billy Buckner strikes out. They finally get him out. He's 2 for 4 now. Jim Rice. Rice, 2 for 4. It's going to be an out. 280, it'll be a fly ball to 10-5, which is a fly ball to center field. 997, are you kidding me? That's going to be an error. As a center fielder is Billy Hatcher. He's a 983. Terrific center fielder. Mishandles the ball. And that's going to be an E8. So basically everything that could go wrong in this game has actually happened for each team multiple times over. All right, Don Baylor, 134. 584 is going to be a grounder. That goes to 9-1. Another Deckham range check. And Davis is going to make the play, but there's only plays to first. So we're going to go 3-1 on the putout. And he makes it to second on the fielder's choice. Baylor with the shot down the line. Glenn Davis makes the play. And the runner advances to second. He's at second with an opportunity to score. Darrell Evans has hit the entire world today. He's going to make an out, finally. 8.99 is going to be a liner, though. He hits it really hard. And he hits it to 6-1, which is going to be a liner to right field. And this might not be caught by Kevin Bass. Let's see. Bass is a 984. We got a 955. So Bass gets there and holds on to it for out number 3. No runs come across, but there's a lot of activity out there. 1 inning left in this one. Got Craig Reynolds to the plate. Reynolds is 0 for the day. It's going to be an out. This goes to 5-10. This is going to be a grounder to shortstop. 279 is going to be good, and the shortstop is Spike Owen. He makes the play over to first for out number 1. Brings up Phil Garner. Garner, a tough man to get out. He's 3 for 4. He's got 1 RBI, but he's got 3 hits. Excuse me. Schiraldi induces the ground ball. That's going to go to 3-1, which will be a little dribbler down the first baseline. That Buckner comes in, and he's going to make the tag on the runner at the baseline, and he tags Phil Garner for the out. Garner tried to squirm away from him, but Buckner makes the tag. This is going to be Bill Doran. Doran with a home run in his last at-bat. He's got a couple of hits today. He's got another one here, 907, and that's going to be a base knock for Bill Doran. Let's see what he's got. Is he advancing? 4-4. 4-4 is going to be a minus 100. No need to advance with a 4-run lead, and he's not taking off either. Billy Hatcher to the plate. Hatcher with a solo bomb in his last at-bat. He went back-to-back with Dorn, and that's going to be an out. That is a liner. 2-10-6. That's going to be a line drive to center field, and Henderson is there. Hindu makes a play. It's a liner to 8. And that is out number 3. All right. Bottom of the 9th we go. If this game gets tied up, I don't know what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm keeping Kerfeld out there. He's the only one who's put up any resistance to this offense. It's going to be Rich Gedman and Henderson and Spike Owen, bottom of the order for Boston. But, yeah, Henderson 1 for 4. This is going to be an out. Or, sorry, Gedman is 1 for 4. That's going to be a fly ball. Fly ball to 2-2 is going to be to deepish right field. And going back on it is the right fielder Bass. He's back there to make the play. Kevin Bass puts it out. Puts it away for out number 1. All right, Houston 2 outs away from coming back down 2-0 in this one, in this series, and looking for a win here in Game 3. Dave Henderson with the out. That's going to be a liner as he hits a shot to center field. The center fielder is Hatcher. He's there to make that catch on the run in the gap, and that saves extra bases, I'm sure. Spike Owen, last hope for Boston. He goes down. That's going to be a fly ball to 10-9, deep left field. And 3 up, 3 down goes Boston in the 9th inning. And that's going to be all she wrote for this game. All right. So that ends the game here. The game is 15-11. Good old-fashioned American League slugfest. And let me pause this and I'll come back with the game results. All right, back with the totals in this one. Almost. 15 runs for Houston on 5, 6, 10, 12, 13, 16, 19 hits. Don't remember if there are any errors. 1, 2, were there errors? 2. 3 errors. So this was not a clean game. For Boston, it was 11 runs on 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14 hits. And I want to say they had some errors as well. No errors for Boston. But they come up on the short end of this one. It's going to be Bill Doran, our player of the game. 3 for 6, 2 runs, 4 RBIs. He had a home run, 2-run homer. He had a couple of singles. He had an RBI ground out, a couple of RBI ground outs, so a couple singles and a home run. So every opportunity with runners that he could knock in, and he pretty much knocked him in. 2 for 6 for Billy Hatcher. He had a solo bomb. Our second star goes to Kevin Bass with a home run, a single, a double. He was a triple shy of the cycle. Same thing for Glenn Davis, triple shy of the cycle. He was 4 for 5. But Bass drove in 3, scored 2, had a walk thrown in there as well. And for our third star, Dewey Evans, 3 for 5 with a couple of RBIs. He had 2 doubles and a single. He had an RBI double in the second. He had an RBI double here in the whatever that was, the 6th, the 3-run 6 that they had. So, everybody got healthy on this one. Everybody's hitting. Jim Rice 2 for 5, Buckner 2 for 4, Boggs had 3 singles. So everybody got healthy in this one on the offense, and just a slugfest, 15-11. And Houston, well, Boston still leads 2-1. So Houston comes back. Do not count out this Astros offense. They came back from a 2-1 deficit to win 3 in a row against the Mets. So they got the horses in the bullpen and good pitching staff, and they can come out and throw zeros at you or obviously kill you with the bats. And so sorry if this offended anyone who loves pitching and defense. It offended me. Yeah, I'm visibly upset by the score in this one, but I do know that games like this do happen. In the future, I should use the mound visit, which I didn't do in this one. I don't know if I have that readily available here, but I can show you that. Where's that at? Okay. So I do have a mound visit chart that you can use. This is inside the game guide. And when the pitcher is struggling on the mound, then you can do a mound visit, roll against this and see if it will help him sort of calm down. So you can have a -100 or 200 on each roll, or all of the outs are strikeouts for the rest of the inning. So there's no opportunities for any errors or anything like that. So that would get your guy really pumped up. Or it can have no effect and you just continue forward, but that's a mound visit that you've used. So this is quick pitch baseball. You can see we've had some well-pitched games. We've had some not well-pitched games and some in between. So this is more of a pitching and defense-based game. But you wouldn't know it by watching this video. If you watch some of the others, you'll know. And exciting World Series game. So Boston leads 2-1, and game 4 will be coming your way soon. And not sure who the pitching matchup is going to be in that one. We burned through a couple of starters in this one, so we'll see who gets to start there. All right. If you have any questions or comments about the game, you can leave them down in the comment section below. If you want to download the game and play it yourself, you can go to quickpitchgame.com. and get the game yourself. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. Just click subscribe, and then if you click the little bell notification icon, then you'll be notified of new videos when they get posted to the channel. I also have a channel at On Base Baseball YouTube channel that you can check out, and onbasebaseball.com is a group of games centered around sabermetrics mostly. And so if you want to check out that game, you can as well. And this game, Quick Pitch, has a new Facebook group. So if you want to join that, you downloaded the game, you're interested in the game and learning more about it, or connecting with others who are trying it, playing it, you can join that Facebook group. It is just search for Quick Pitch Baseball and you'll find it, I'm pretty sure. All right, I think that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.